Yo, what the fuck is up? It's your boy, the motherfucking UNJ. And today, I decided that we're going to do something a little bit different. I talked about it 2 videos ago where I was going to do a median between my story videos and something that's like sort of gameplay-ish. And this isn't really going to be gameplay, but it's going to be a median between the two, like I said. Because I'm going to tell you about the first time I got my unusual. And I'm also going to tell you like why some of my items are named the way that they're named and shit like that. You can see on the screen right now that this is a really weird HUD. It's a game that people are going to get angry over. Or at least it's themed off of one like that. And I hope you guys are ready, because we're not going to be using this HUD today. I put it on there for shits and gigs for the sake of having some extra shock value upon this video being opened. Hey, there's the ugly default HUD that we all know and love. I'm pretty much going to go through my backpack. We're going to tell some stories about, nothing but TF2 stuff today. I don't like to talk about TF2 a whole lot, and we're just going to have a really good and fun time. We're going to talk about my unusuals. We're going to talk about the very first time I got an unusual and the story behind that, because actually a really big story. This is it's a good story, especially if you're a TF2 fan. A lot of people who make TF2 videos, they don't show their backpack. I feel like that would be something that people are really interested in, and this is just something unique and fun that we can do. It's a one-of-a-kind video almost. It's like I remember back in the day on Call of Duty when that was like a really popular and trending thing in like 2012, that doing a loadout showcase was like a really people did that all the time because people wanted to understand like how they like to play, I guess. And this is really what we're about to do here. First and foremost, I think I'm going to have to organize my backpack, maybe. Actually, I don't know. Here, how's about this? I'm going to organize my backpack and I'm going to move everything that's named something funny out of the way. Actually, no, here, we'll organize it. Let's see, by quality? Yeah, we're going to organize this by quality, and we're just going to go through the whole thing, and then I'm going to organize the fancy special things that I have named, funny, fancy special things, and we'll get into it. But, first things first, we'll just go through all this shit here. I have 14 pages of backpack space, because I've been playing this game since it came out, and, all the killstreak kits, which is pretty neat, I guess. I feel like if everybody were to take their crates and put them all into a bank, like every TF2 player, and they just fucking all band together and put their crates in like a bank, like that would be a lot of money worth of 3-cent crates. Like, think about it that way. And some of these crates aren't really worth 3 cents anymore. Like, I know these are going up and down. And this is coming from somebody that I haven't even played this game in like a really long time. But look at all these tickets. We all know how that went. The beta, that's still a beta, but they just took the word beta away from it. Look, I'm getting on the rant side again. And all these robo parts. This was really good. I remember when they added this, and that was fun stuff. And we're at the very end of the list now. So I guess we're just going to have to get right into it. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to organize all this shit, and I'll see you then. Alrighty, we are... Oh, I just bumped my mouse. I'm going to have to redo that. Okay, we're back. And I've organized my backpack as best as I could. There's honestly, I'm not even kidding, there's probably something that I'm leaving out, and, I tried to look, but you gotta understand that going through this one page at a time and just looking for stuff, especially when this game is buggy and it doesn't always list, stuff that's renamed and shit like that, it's hard. I mean, maybe not for some people, but right now for me it is. I just ate Applebee's, if you know what Applebee's is. I had a quesadilla burger there, it was very good. I had an extra order of fries as well. They're always really nice to me too. This sounds like a product placement, but it was good stuff. But yeah, these are going to be the items that I'm going to be talking about today, and we're going to go more in depth. I'm going to go straight to the class that they're about, but for certain things, there's just certain things that I don't need to have a whole class loadout talk about. But we're just going to start here. So I organized my favorite killstreak weapons. I have a lot of them, and I wanted to more so put the ones that have name tags and stuff and description tags on them, as well as the the professional and or specialized kit, so that way we could have more to talk about. And we're going to not start here because these are the 2 hats, but we will get into those, I assure you. Where we are going to start, though, is right here with the old weapons. So, I got a lot of weapons, and as I said, I wanted to put in the ones that have the old name tags and description tags and stuff on them. And a common thing that I used to... This was because I've been playing fucking TF2 since the goddamn game came out. And a thing that I like to do, and this is kind of edgy, I guess. I'm sure somebody out there is going to be like, oh, that's what I call edgy. But, I don't really care, especially because it's just a video game. They're just name tags and stuff. But on my favorite weapons, I put description tags of my... description tags of quotes from my favorite songs. They're on all of my favorite weapons. And some of those songs are not my favorite songs anymore. But, we'll get into it. And right here, we're just going to start with the old scattergun. It's a professional killstreak rust bot killer scattergun. It's the first bot killer I ever unlocked. And it has the professional killstreak kit of Singularity. And it has Mean Green. and it has a description tag that says, "Oh, get ready for the edge. The doctors won't be able to recognize your fucking face." It's a quote from this band called Suicide Silence. That's right. I said it. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about this. We'll go to the old scout loadout here real quick. And pretty much, I really am just disappointed at this point with TF2. And, you know, it's no secret. It's something that I'm, like, most disappointed with, like, behind the scenes, is the fact that they don't keep up with things that were really fun. One of them being MVM. They completely gave up on MVM, and that's a really big problem with me, especially because I like the bot killers a hell of a lot more than I like the killstreak weapons. And don't get me wrong, the killstreak weapons are awesome. But the bot killers, like, since I've been playing it since the game came out, it was a really big thing. Like, when it first came out, like, everybody's like, oh, wow, fucking weapons with robot heads? That's fucking crazy. And here's a little fun fact for you. I always wish that somebody would make a mod or something, or that the TF2 developers would just admit that they don't fucking care anymore, and they would just add in, like, a real human heavy head that would be hanging off the front of this. That would be, like, really fucked up and funny, I think. And as for the killstreak kit that's on this, I've had extraordinary luck, which you're going to find out in this video. And I actually, I can't remember which crate it was one of these. Here, let me go to it. Crates, where do I have my crates? It was one of these stupid crates, I'm pretty sure. I know this is what it looked like, but it was the first one of those crates that I opened when it came out, when you could get potentially a professional killstreak kit from one of these boxes here. It was the very first one that I opened, and that just so happened to be what I got. And I remember I was in the call with Tyler, and a lot of you probably don't know who Tyler is, but he's my best friend, and on my channel, he's in all of my videos pretty much. And he was in the call with me while I was opening this box, and he opened one too, and he got some trash, and I opened mine, and I got the professional killstreak scattergun kit, and like, I didn't really realize what it was at the time. I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. I got a scattergun kit. It's a professional killstreak one too. Wow. I got pretty lucky. And like, my reaction was just really like nonchalant, like, oh, this isn't a big deal. And Tyler was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just got a professional killstreak kit. You know how much that's worth? And at the time, it was worth a lot, because this is, this is when the market value for things on TF2 wasn't so like fucked up how it is now. And you could actually have a little bit of profit off of these things. Next up, with the old scout loadout, I have this, a professional killstreak unarmed combat, but wait, it's not called the professional killstreak unarmed combat, it's called the People's Elbow. And that's because that's exactly what it is. It's the People's Elbow if you smell what the UNJ is cooking. Let's move onwards to, this is probably one of my favorite weapons in the entire game, and it's for the good old Demo Man. He's got his loose cannon, professional killstreak, and strange for that matter. Got the professional killstreak kit on it with the old Hypno Beam and Team Shine. Team Shine's my favorite one because you're getting 2 colors for, you know, one weapon. That's pretty cool, I think. And now we're going to move on to something that's even more special. This right here. It's a specialized killstreak sticky jumper. And yes, it's exactly what it looks like. Now, a lot of you out there might be wondering, wow, I wish I could have a specialized killstreak sticky jumper. Well, you're not going to have one. And I'd also like to point out, too, that the specialized sticky jumper is orange, and so is my sheen.
Don't make videos about exploits. It's not cool, man.
Back in the day, there was an exploit where you could put a killstreak kit on any weapon in the entire game, and I put an orange killstreak kit on a sticky jumper, and that was my big evil plan. You can no longer do the glitch, so it's not even worth noting how to do it. But it was a thing back then, and it was really funny. And it's funny because this sticky jumper used to be worth like $400. Now it's probably, it's probably still up there. It's probably worth like $30 or something like that. But you can't even sell them anymore, I don't think. I tried checking before, and I don't know if you can sell it. Maybe I'm wrong, but every time I go, like every now and then, just for shits and gigs, I go and look and see the value of some of my stuff. And it says that there's no sticky jumpers that are on the market. So I think they might have made it be so you can't sell it, but who knows? You never know with this fucking game. Onward, we have Shao Kahn's shoulder tackle, and that's a Mortal Kombat reference for those of you out there who weren't born in the 90s, hashtag 90s kids. Shao Kahn is like the main boss in almost all the games except for like Mortal Kombat 1 and then a few other games. And he has this move, which is like his most powerful move, where he can just spam the absolute hell out of it, and it's essentially what the fucking Demo Man does when he charges. He fucking shoulder tackles the absolute hell out of you, and then he cuts your head off. Next up, we have my good old sniper rifle. This is probably the second or third thing that I got from MVM way back in the day, and I was super excited about it. The description tag that I put on it is, this song's an old one, it's called 1958. That's a quote from a live version of a song called 1958 by the best band ever, to me at least, A Day to Remember. They have a new album out, another product placement, sort of. This is an Australian SMG. I got it at MVM on my 6th tour, and I didn't get a kit for it. I bought the kit for it because I figured it's gold, so I might as well throw down to make it be like, top value. Fire horns, Team Shines, I could have the 2 colors, and I'm a huge Gangsta Rap fan as well, so I put a description tag on there from a song by Eazy-E And the quote is straight off the streets of motherfucking Compton. That was his last album before he died. Fun fact for you, this video is just going to be full of factoids. And I feel like I'm taking a really long time to do all this, so I better hurry up here. Somewhat threatening Razorback. It's strange, and as a meme, I thought it'd be funny to have this be strange. You can see that 78 people are fucking stupid, and they tried to backstab me while I was wearing it. As well as a description tag that says, one-time use against Tony Abbott. I spelled Abbott wrong. My bad, I'm not Australian, but it's an Australian joke. Their prime minister was Tony Abbott at the time, and a lot of people weren't a big fan of him. And I thought it would be humorous, and if anybody who was Australian were to see it, they'd be like, oh, this guy must be Australian. Oh, my name is Moose Elk. Moose Elk, I love you. Please don't hate me. Congrats on 1 million subscribers, by the way. We're slowly but surely getting into my more memey weapons, and here we have a conscientious objector, and it is named self-advertising. It's got my YouTube profile picture on there, and I fucking kill people with it because self-advertising kills me. This is Triple H's sledgehammer. And this is just another memey weapon. For those of you who don't know, Triple H, his favorite tool, his favorite utensil, his favorite thing to kill people with is a sledgehammer. And this is Triple H's sledgehammer. We've got buildings destroyed on it and sappers removed at a whopping 804 and 645. That's pretty goddamn impressive. The Hulkamania shotgun, brother! I was building a bigger, faster Hulkamania monster truck when I got this. A certain somebody made a video where he referred to it as a McDonald's shotgun. And since I don't like going with the crowd and the majority, I decided to name mine something a little bit more unique, so I named mine the Hulkamania shotgun. This is what Hulkamania looks like, and it's running wild. Oh, that's not a market gardener. Yes, it is. I always thought that it was bullshit that the Demo Man doesn't have a market garden style weapon the way that the soldier does. I mean, there's two classes that do explosive jumping in the fucking game. And how come the soldier gets a market gardener, but the Demo Man doesn't get one? I feel like the Scotsman's Skull Cutter would be a excellent market gardener, and for whatever reason, they just don't like to have fun on TF2, and they decided to make it be a weapon that's like kind of useful. It's not useless, but it's, you know, it's one of the more useless weapons. Got the old description tag on there that says, the soldier's market gardener digs holes. This market gardener digs graves. Now that's what I call edgy. Wumpa Fruit Bazooka, another thing that only 90s kids will understand, because I'm sure there's a lot of 2005 kids out there, but the 90s kids will understand that this is a Crash Bandicoot reference. In Crash Bandicoot 3, there's a weapon that you can unlock that's the Wumpa Fruit Bazooka, and it's the same fucking thing as the direct hit. My dad is the mayor. This is a mayor revolver, and a joke that me and Tyler would always do on my channel and just whenever we were playing with somebody is, if you have some angry nerd gamer that's in your server who's like bitching at you, telling you to change class, or just being angry in general, or he's complaining directly to you, me and Tyler would go, excuse me, sir. My dad is the mayor, and if I were you, I would watch my mouth. And the joke is that, like, even if my dad was the fucking mayor, like, what would he be able to do over some shit on the internet? Like, so that's why it's so funny to me. So we named it My Dad is the Mayor. So help me God, if you don't like this video, I'm going to tell my dad, who is the most admired man in professional wrestling, Bill Alfonso, and, you know, he has a lot of fucking power. This is a retarded name for a, whatever the hell this is, dead ringer. It's named The Illusion. A lot of people will think that I named it this, but no, I'm not that edgy. Instead, I bought this from the community market because I had a little bit of extra left over way back in the day. And it just so happened to be named The Illusion. And I never took it off because I like to get the bang for my buck. And I feel like if I took off the name tag, it would devalue it a little bit more. And, you know, I don't want to waste my money on it because I bought it with the name tag. So it would be a waste of money if you ask me. This doesn't have a name tag on it, but it's funny. It's a strange cow mangler that I crafted. And it has non-crit or mini-crit kills, posthumous kills, and submerged enemy kills. That's, you know, that's hilarious. I thought it was the funniest thing ever at the time. If you look and compare those kills right now, 962 kills total, 898 of those were not crit kills or mini crit kills. I got the stupid knife and it has not crit or mini crit kills. Since Sin is my cousin, he just was like, hey, if you ever want any of the stuff in my backpack, since I have like 30 of every single item in the game, you can go right ahead and have it. And I was like, sweet. And I was making a video really long time ago, so I asked him for these items so that way it would be funnier and I would look a lot cooler while I was making the video, and that's why I have these items. There's not a whole lot of this. It's a strange Crits or Treat canteen, and it's really weird that it's strange because it's a canteen, but it's unfortunate. It's kind of retarded. It's just another bullshit thing that Valve did, but it's only strange when you play it on the Carnival map, which is fucking absolutely ridiculous. It should be strange all the time, otherwise it wouldn't be a strange item, but whatever. It's still awesome because it's a strange canteen. It's a strange haunted canteen, and it's very unique. This hat was a birthday gift from my best friend Tyler, who I just talked about earlier. It's an unusual Prince Tavish's crown with orbiting fire. In 2014, he got it for me a day before my birthday, and it was the best gift ever, and I'm never going to sell it ever because it has sentimental value, which is a lot more valuable to me, if you ask me. And now for the fabled story of this. My fancy Raiders hat. The Bonk Leadware. So this is going to be a story that's going to make people cringe, it's going to make people cry, and it's going to make people laugh. It's going to be a little bit longer, and I don't have a whole lot of fucking time, which sucks, but maybe we'll include gameplay in here somewhere. So way back in the day when the Robo cases first came out, I was really stoked on that because I thought it was like the best update ever. It was really sweet. And like, I love the design of everything. Like all the Robo items were just really, really awesome to me. And I was like, oh man, I gotta have this. I was like 16 years old at the time too. This is when I didn't even have my own computer. I was playing on my parents' computer in their living room. And I asked my mom, I was like, hey mom, because I didn't even have a credit card at the time either. I didn't have a bank account even. And I was like, hey mom, could I borrow like $5 so that way I could open a crate on this video game? And like, she doesn't understand what the hell any of this shit means. 16-year-old me was super stoked at the time because I like don't enjoy asking my parents for anything. As like, even now as an adult, I don't really like asking for much. And as a kid, it was the same way. I just, whatever reason, I felt uncomfortable when I would ask them for stuff. Maybe I'm a little bit too courteous. I don't know. That's not the point. But she was like, yeah, here's $5. Here's my card. Just take the information off of your account when you're done. And I was like, sweet, thanks, mom. So I go, I have like a few Robo crates because they were dropping before the big update. So it's my big moment. I have the keys, I have the Robo crate, and this is literally the first crate that I ever opened ever. This is my big moment. I'm super duper excited because I'm completely new to opening crates, and I didn't really have any kind of knowledge that there was even like a marketing community behind this game. So I started to open the crate, and then boom, first crate I ever opened, that Robo crate, was this unusual with this effect. And since it was brand new at the time, I'm sure it was worth like a fuck ton of money. I mean, I don't know how much a smoking bonk leadware was worth like upon the first day or two that the Robo crates came out and were able to be opened, but I got it. My first crate that I ever opened, like the second day of the Robo update. And I was like, oh wow, that's super neat. And here's the cringy part. Since I was so young, I played all sorts of video games. I didn't understand like that there was a market behind this game. All I knew is that the hat was worth a little bit of money, and I didn't understand that you were able to check how much the hats were worth either. I went into the community market and I was thinking, oh, this is really cool, but it's worth a lot of money and I could probably buy some video games with this. So I go and I sell the hat, and I sold the hat for like $64. And then I bought Call of Duty 4 and I bought some other fucking video game. See, I'm sure everybody right now is like just killed themselves at the fact that I said that, but that's what I did. I was happy that I did it at the time, and then like, a year, maybe a year and a half rolls around, and I realized I was like, wow, I really fucked up. I could have sold that hat for a lot of money. And then I just went without having this hat for like 3 years, and that was up until like the Thompson video or something came out like that. And I decided that, you know what, this hat was the first unusual that I ever got. I also loved it. It was really sweet. It looked awesome. I love playing Scout, so I'm going to buy the motherfucking thing back. And then lo and behold, I go and I buy it back for like $45. And I bought a paint for it too so I could turn it black. Black is one of my favorite colors ever. And it's just really sweet. It's my favorite hat because of the sentimental value. It's my favorite hat because of the effect. It's really cool, and it also looks cool with the Robo thing. It reminds me of Mortal Kombat. I feel like Robot Smoke from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And I even bought a name tag for it too to name it the Raiders hat because I am a California native. I'm from Long Beach, California, and, I got to support them California teams. But yeah, that's going to be doing it for the video. As always, I'm Justin, and you're motherfucking not. And I guess the moral of all of this stuff is that even when a video game gets old, you're always going to have your memories on it. No matter how old this game gets, I'm always going to have my memories on it. Also, don't fucking sell your hats for stupid things at the time. And you should really think about things before you do them, because when I did that, I was not thinking whatsoever. Since this is one of the largest TF2 channels that we have out there right now, you guys have a safe place where you can tell your stories about like your TF2 memories and your TF2 hats and when you got your first unusuals or first anythings for that matter. So go ahead, comment it down below because I go through all the comments and I'd love to hear about your guys' first unusuals, first hats, etc. And it'll be really great stuff. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next motherfucking video.